Hello, everybody, and welcome to Betweenplays StockMarket Strategies. Today, we have with us Mr. Charles Regan. How are you doing today, sir?
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. It was pretty cool meeting you and at the CSE event for the F1 event over there. You had
Yes.
that 2 minute spiel that you had. Everybody had to go through, but very
Yeah.
interesting.
Short but sweet, right?
Short but sweet. Yeah, exactly.
Very.
Right. It was like speed round, like speed dating almost. But
That's exactly what it seemed like. Yes.
but you have a very interesting company, and naturally, it's the first time that our viewers. I'm sure that a lot of people might know your company, but there's a lot of people that don't know, and that we have you on our show. So we're gonna start with some basic questions like, uh, who are you? What's your background, and why towards a company like Nerds? And then we get into what Nerds on Site actually is. So, how you
Okay.
doing? And please talk to us a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your
Sure.
background, and what brought you
Yep.
here.
Well, I've been involved in a number of businesses over the decades, 40, almost 45 years. But I used to buy my computers, personal computers, from a young fella at what's the big box store we had in Canada here for technology?
It was Radio Shack.
No, no, no.
The other
Uh,
one was we had one that was really CompuShare.
yeah,
CompuShare.
yeah, it wasn't that one. It was oh my gosh, that's
Well,
terrible. But
CompuShare was actually owned. What's really funny, by my friend's grandfather. And I bought my first computer from his grandfather in front of Concordia University, which was, well, it was right next to Concordia University. And
right.
then many eons later, like at least 30 years later, I meet him. He's like 70 years old, 80 years old. And I was like, what is all this CompuShare stuff on your wall? And he's like, well, I'm the guy who started that and owned that. Like, really? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, hold on a second. Did you own the one near Concordia? He's like, yeah. I paid like $8,000 for that piece of crap. I'm like, you robbed me. Imagine paying $8,000 for a computer today. I mean, wait, we could power SpaceX.
Yeah. I remember my first Apple laptop was $11,400. So yeah,
Think about it.
the Best Buy bought this chain in Canada. Uh,
Okay.
first, and at any rate, I used to buy my personal computers from a young fella, brand new in sales, and one day, after a couple of years, he said, "Mr. Regan, we're thinking a friend of mine in the back who fixes computers and I are thinking of starting up a company." And I said, "Really? Doing what?" And he was the first honest tech I'd ever met, so I was entreated. At any rate, he said, "Well, everybody has to drag their computer in here to Future Shop to get it fixed,
Oh yeah,
and
futures. That's
you
right.
know."
Yeah,
We're thinking we can go to businesses, we can go to homes, we can just turn it around. And I said, that's a great idea.
it's
What about
true.
the name? He said, well, we're thinking Nerds on Site. And I said, well, here's $1,000. And I gave him cash. And I said, I believe that 85% of a company's name should be the marketing message of the company. And that's a perfect name.
It
So
is.
for about 6 years, every now and then I'd stop into London and have a cup of coffee, Tim Hortons donuts, and kibitz with the boys. And, after 6 years, they had 11 folks in the company, and they were in London, Ontario
Yeah.
still. And they just didn't want to latch on to the business model I had around the world. And I was buying their groceries most weekends. So I said one one Friday night, boys, do you really still love doing this? Oh, yes, yes, yes. I said, well, think now, be honest, do you really still love it? Yes, we do. Great, then I'll take over tonight and I'll never buy your groceries again. Okay? And so they were in business for 6 years. And within 18 months of taking over, we were, instead of just London, Ontario, we were St. John's, Newfoundland to Victoria, BC, right
Wow.
across the country. We were in the States and we had just begun to kick off in South Africa. So it doesn't take long to propagate a good brand. especially when it serves a market need, which was obvious.
Yes.
And uh, and so we've just continued since then. We still have operations in a number of countries on 5 continents around the world, but only the Canadian company is public.
Only the Canadian company is public.
Only the Canadian, and it owns the American subsidiary
Okay.
outright.
So it
So,
owns and also that means the revenues that are coming in from there as well. It's
yes,
so I mean,
correct.
how many years do you believe that you've been at this now, Nerds
Well,
on
that
Site?
was 2001, started 2001,
Okay.
and
Wow.
I've become more involved over the years. I'm certainly My title is Capability Expansion Orchestrator, CEO, but
Okay.
everybody in the company is a CEO. Every single person is a CEO.
Interesting.
So it's a distributed network of collegial network
All right.
of tech professionals.
So Nerds on Site, what's the the business model today? Is it the same as it used to be? Are you still going on site? And what do you guys do? Like, what is it exactly that you take care of? What's what does the company exactly do today, and how can it help like other businesses, or is it just like business to, let's say, peers, or is it business to business? How is that working exactly?
Yeah, it is business to business.
Okay.
We provide every kind of service of business operation, anywhere from 5 to 500 people, company
Okay.
size wise, are
Okay.
that's our sweet spot. Canadian Tire is our largest client, but they're only about 2.5, 2.75% of our business. But we provide everything from design and implementation of networks, military grade cybersecurity,
Okay.
all the way down to all software, all hardware, even your phone plans. We'll take care of everything. So through your team of nerds, your project team of nerds, you have everything taken care of on the technology front. And that's one bill, one throat to choke.
Yeah.
And they are in turn connected with all the nerds worldwide to provide leading edge and sometimes even bleeding edge technology solutions for our client base.
Okay, so basically, when you say like from your phone to, I mean, when you go, how big, like for businesses, what is it that you guys, is there a limit on what you're able to take care of? Or, especially when it comes to like cybersecurity, because this is something that everybody's talking about now. I'm hearing about this D-Day and stuff for quantum and everything. For cybersecurity, this is a major area, I guess, that you guys have to go into.
Yep.
Is it something else that you guys deal with?
We have a related party company. We bootstrapped a company called Atom Networks. You'll find it online.
Okay.
Just 3 weeks ago, we announced in Scotland the single largest internet breach discovered by us
Really?
and resolved by us.
Wow.
And all the major tech firms are directing people to our site because we have patents on our cybersecurity technology. After 13 years,
Yeah.
but we're implemented in 20 current across 20 countries, and we've never had uh, an incident.
An incident.
Okay, so we've never had a breach
Yeah.
either through email malware or the major league skull and bones on your screen.
Okay.
So touch
And
wood as I say this,
all
we
right.
uh, we have built into all of our cybersecurity packages across the board, anywhere from home installation all the way through to major enterprise. We can, with our edge devices tailored to, we have a legal edge, a municipal edge, utilities edge, a manufacturing edge,
Really.
SME edge, that kind of thing. So through that cybersecurity protection, we control egress and ingress. So we keep criminal cyberbots out of your network. And we
That's
don't
incredible.
fight them once they're in. We kill them once they're in, but we keep them out. That's our fundamental differentiator.
It's very
And if you
interesting.
pay attention to some of the major players in the cybersecurity industry today, they're all saying that this is the only way going forward for us to protect ourselves. You have to have egress and ingress control. And we've
Okay.
been doing it for 13 years.
And in the last, let's say, 5 to 10 years, I mean, because naturally we've seen since 2012, we've seen that the mobile phone has become, well, I don't even call it really a phone. It's a mini computer. It's
It is.
it's
Yep.
it's it's actually even probably more powerful than my laptop.
Yep.
And we use it as a phone. I find it's like, what is it really? It's everything in terms of technology in the last 10 years. Exactly. It's just crazy. It's
This
everything.
phone, this phone is an Apple Networks phone.
Yes.
It is completely managed. It is unhackable. Even the Israeli hack team can't hack it. These are given out to by the Department of Defense or Justice Department, I should say,
Yeah.
in the United States, given out to every whistleblower. So they can't be tracked and they can't be hacked.
The Apple
So
phone.
yes, right down to yeah. Well, we have the protection now for Androids as well. But you're right. Most interactions on the World Wide Web take place now through the phone. So it needs to be protected and
Absolutely.
locked down.
100%.
Yep.
And your company in the last 5, 10 years, let's just say, what have you noticed as the biggest growth when we're looking at cell phones, and the fact that our cell phones now, Samsung or whatnot, can communicate with all of the other devices in our home? Do you see that creates problems in the business world or inside people's homes?
Yep. They call it Internet of Things.
That's right, the
And
IoTs.
that's a the biggest breach in Las Vegas history was through a temperature gauge inside a fish tank at one of the major players. And
What?
through that little Internet of Things
Mm,
temperature gauge, they broke into the network itself and got into the database and copied all the data in there. One thing that people should, I think, more so, and some people called me a doomsday player, but to be
okay.
perfectly frank, what used to take 6 months for all the major criminal players out there, and I don't call them black hats, I don't call them bad actors, they are criminals. It's the number one business for 71 mafia families globally today. It's
Wow.
huge business. 3% cost, 97% profit. It's not going to die off
No, it's not.
anytime soon. But what we're desperately in need of is to pay attention to the fact that you are vulnerable and probably already breached.
Right.
And what used to take 6 months for, I'm going to call it surveillance,
Yeah.
to get inside your system, these criminal cyberbots, and search. Look for the honeypots, the major financial regions, all the influence agents inside an organization.
Yeah.
Now it takes 6 seconds.
That's insane.
So
That's
there
crazy.
is no timed response that can catch these criminals. It's not reasonable. If you do not stop them at the gate,
Yeah.
you're toast,
Yeah, that's
period.
crazy. They're already inside. In 6 seconds, they can get in.
They suck that stuff out immediately. We call it data drip, but they can, 195,000 data drips every single second. They take that information, they reformat, they aggregate, they repackage, and they sell it instantly. It can be done inside of 3 hours now.
Okay.
And all the information they sell online in the dark web
Yeah.
is fresh, right?
That's right on the
Because
dark web.
everything
Yeah.
needs to be refreshed every 30 days to make certain that it's viable and
Oh,
usable by these criminals, you know.
that's just crazy. It's insane
It,
how
it's
quick it's become.
And this is the world we have created ourselves,
Yes.
and AI is the massive major enabler of
Oh,
this now. Some people have referred to it as tsunami of AI. It's uncontrolled. It is almost immeasurable in its overwhelming power,
yeah.
and it is still an unregulated field,
That is
remarkably
insane.
enough.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because there's money going through hands, I guess. But that brings us to, so what do you see as the most common mistakes that businesses make? I mean, I think it's the perfect lead up into there. What is the most common mistake? Is it the fact that they Go for it.
7 words.
Oh boy, here we go.
But we've always done it this way.
Yeah.
The default belief that what we have had and served us reasonably well,
Yeah.
again, unaware of what's actually happened, but on a conscious plane, they firmly believe that we're covered. And it's just not true. The
Wow.
speed of creative shift, change, revolution on the criminal front, they have to understand that this is a criminal enterprise of gargantuan proportion,
Yes.
far larger than their enterprise. You know, and again, these are numbers you can find on the dark web as well as the regular web.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, it's the second or third largest economy on the face of the earth. So this is this is a huge monolith
Mm.
made up of unbelievably creative, well-funded, well-orchestrated mastermind criminal intellect and team execution.
Yeah.
They have a marvelous system of making certain that whatever can be will be cannibalized and sold
Yeah.
as quickly as possible.
It's crazy for
Right?
as bad as it is. It's almost like respectable in a sense, not what they're doing, but I mean how quick they try to create a technology or work around, because that also, on your part, in order to stop them, you also have to adapt and become more creative. And this is sort of like you're scaling technology at this point, because you're always trying to, everybody's trying to better each other. So it's just
Well,
incredible when you really listen to it.
yes, that's what all the big players do. Palo Alto, the Fortitude, all these big players, that's what they do. They try to come up with new creative ways to fight once the criminal cyberbots are inside your network.
Inside the
We
network.
don't.
You're blocking them before they get in.
They don't get in,
They
period.
don't get in.
We
So
can
that's
come
really
into a
good.
company,
Yeah.
we can hook up our tools,
Yeah.
and we can let you know here you have about let's say 68,000 data drips every 60 seconds going to South Korea or North Korea, going to Ukraine, going to Russia, going to China. Do you have clients, stakeholders, or suppliers in any one of those places? And if they don't, then now you understand what data drip in the criminal enterprise world looks like.
That's
They're
crazy.
taking what they want out of your system, and they've already surveilled. They know what's valuable in your data pool. In your network, they only take the data that is consequential, but they are taking it regularly. Every minute, they're dripping more out of
That's
your network.
insane.
Yep.
That's insane. So the bigger the company, the bigger the threat. I mean, even to those
Well,
people, that the
and
stakeholders.
what we need to help small companies understand
Yeah.
is that they have to stop with this attitude. Well, who am I? Who would care about my stuff? You don't get it. The game is aggregation. The more data they have, the more value there is in it.
Correct. A hundred
So
percent.
yeah, they go to places. I mean, let's face it. Everybody's got banking information. They've got client information. They've got supplier information.
Yeah.
The trust bond, once they have been breached, and that breach can be traced back to them,
Yeah.
that's a difficult bridge to build back again with those three constituencies.
Absolutely.
It's really important you understand that your stuff should be treated with respect
Yeah.
by everyone, including, most especially, including you.
That's
Stop
crazy.
dissing your data.
That's crazy.
It
It's a
matters.
it's a conversation that I have a lot with the person Sandeep Pansar. He's in charge of our technology department. Actually, he's on the phone right now, and he's talking to the person that develops Europe, Andrea Turno, and he has a master's specialization in AI. He's been in Abu Dhabi for 10 years. And they're actually talking about probably this stuff right now. I'd definitely like for him to be on the show that we would do the next time, if you don't mind coming back on, because
Sure.
you guys are talking the same exact language. He speaks to me about this. get me on a phone for an hour and he'll turn my head around. And he says exactly what you're saying. It's absolutely nuts. It's crazy. We're really there. Huh? And how about the quantum space? I mean, there's stuff coming out there in the future. So how are you guys leveraging AI or anything internally for the future of that kind of stuff?
Well, bright and shiny has always been getting improportional attention and response from the marketplace, right?
Okay.
We're still trying to prove the true profitability, right? The pleasure is one thing, and most people using AI, ChatGPT or Grok or who, whatever, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
That's the pleasure. They love it that they can get this stuff quick, fast, easy. What they don't necessarily check
Yeah.
is the validity of it. But let's face it, these AI platforms are the number one source of industrial espionage by a long shot, right? People callously and without thinking put up their internal financial data. They go and put their, all the RFPs that they get, they put them up there, they put all their data. It's easy for a competitor to go up ChatGPT and specifically ask for XYZ's latest proposal to this government contract or that corporate contract. It's very easy for them to do this nowadays. And what people don't realize is the minute you put your stuff up, it is owned. I don't care what box you checked. You have to stop believing that these tech companies are, in fact, keeping your data as their top priority when it comes to privacy and protection. It's not true.
Hold on a
It's
second
just
here. Hold on
not
a
true.
second here. I got a question for you now. I got a question for you. You're saying that if someone has a company and goes on to any one of these artificial intelligent platforms, they want to ask a question or they want to build a proposal to a specific person. They put all this information down. That also how they hope to achieve, because you have to ask the question in the right way also to get the right return on that, right? From
Yep.
the AI, or else it's all over the place, it's scattered, and then the deeper that you go, it becomes off track. Oh yeah, I forgot you meant. So the questions have to be specific. So you're telling me that a competitor can say like,
Yes.
I don't even want to ask this question because now I'm wondering
Yes.
what I put up there.
Yes.
And then someone could be like, hey, what has Between Plays asked for lately?
You need to understand these are large learning modules and they're public large learning modules. We build and provide clients private LLMs, okay? Where your data goes in just like our data. I mean, we've never been hacked 30 years. We get to 700 hack attempts every single day. We have all of our AI availability to our team members inside a hardened network. Again, protected by Atom, so nobody can get in, nobody can get out. But when it comes to the AI element, we can draw down from the large learning modules with questions, but we never send information back up. That's what a private LLM is. It does never, ever allow your data to be mixed with the data from the major AI platforms. You can access
Wow.
their data and bring it into your network, but you cannot and will not let your data go up.
Wow.
Companies need to start understanding private LLMs are the only way to protect your data. The validity of AI platforms has been proven. They can leverage dramatically.
Yes.
So that pleasure has been, I call them the three Ps, the pleasure, productivity, and profitability of any technology. The pleasure has been proven. The productivity has been proven, but the risk factor on that profitability has never been factored.
Yeah.
People are thoughtlessly and by default taking advantage of the pleasure principle and allowing their data to be not only uploaded to, but used by anybody else.
Yeah.
Third is profitability. The profitability P has never yet across the board been proven. We're still in the bright, shiny phase of AI. There are lots of companies that are shedding. Why are they shedding? They'll give the excuse, well, AI is taking over those jobs. To be perfectly frank, the trillions of dollars that have gone into AI investment have to be factored somewhere on balance sheets, on financial statements. They're letting people go, not because they have been completely covered with their AI devices. They're still trying to find a way to make certain that they're at least break even.
Yeah.
AI is still in the proving ground for profitability. Quantum is still, well, it hasn't reached the first peak, the pleasure. People are not using it because, oh my God, this is really exciting. Look what I'm getting with. We're not there yet, right? It hasn't
Yeah.
been
No, we're
out
not
in the
there yet.
market,
No, no.
right? Right. But
We're heading there,
but
but we're
we're
not
we're
there.
building the hype
Yeah, that's right.
and we're following the hype
Yes.
as opposed to following the third P, which is profitability.
Yeah.
And that's the one at the end of the day that proves or disproves, right? We had a global financial crisis because everybody got into CDCs and they said, no, these are the best things ever. And it's we can repackage and resell and all this crap. And it was all BS. Why did Canada not get hit?
We didn't.
Because we didn't understand these vehicles.
That's
We
right.
could not explain the actual work of, I'm calling it the working network of
Yeah.
how these things actually proved feasible for the long term, not just the short, but the long term. So Canada's banks were not hit
No.
like the rest of the world's banks,
No, that's right.
who bought into the American mindset that, oh,
Yeah.
this is great, right? The Wall Street.
Well, yeah,
And
because
who
yeah,
pays the price? It's us, individuals.
that's right. Oh yeah,
My
big
Twitter
time.
handle is dumb Canadian twit. Like, I don't mind making mistakes once. That's how we learn.
Yeah.
But stupid Canadian twits, they make the same mistake more than once. And I try desperately not to make the same mistake twice.
Yeah, same here.
So it's literally an algorithm. The whoever makes determination as to what we should do, why we should do it, and they go unchecked, unregulated down that road. And at the end of the day, should that prove to be a devastating or detrimental vehicle, who pays? Not
Well,
them.
well, what you're saying
We
is
do.
actually quite worrisome because we're already looking at when you go on LinkedIn and stuff like that with the quantum talk, it's huge. We've had like a company, we've had some companies that we've spoken to about these things, in the crypto space and how quantum is going to do this, and Bitcoin is going to get, taken out and all this kind of stuff. And everything must be quantum ready because it's right around the corner. But now that we're talking, what's my head is thinking like we're going there because we're looking at this, but we're just still giving everything to the AI. We're not paying attention to all this protection area. And I like the way you're thinking because you're like, well, hold on, everybody, stop. You don't even know what you're doing. This is well, that's exactly why you're there for 30 years. I mean, and looking forward to the future. How does Nerds on Site grow from here then? What is the strategy? Well, I don't even know. Should you say that now? Now it's like we're just going,
Oh, yes.
maybe you shouldn't be talking so much anymore.
No, 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 no. I mean, what we have is, well, it's the most exciting time to ever have been alive, right? The most frightening time as well. I mean, I've
Also,
got
yes.
grandchildren. My kids, they've done well. They've all got their own operations. They're all,
Yeah, I got
reasonably
young
sound and
kids. I
secure.
got
Yeah,
very young kids. I'm an
yeah,
older aged father, so to speak. Mine are
yeah.
like 11 and 9. I'm petrified for them.
Well, I've got a grandson that's almost 11. So, yeah, I'm concerned for them.
Yeah, me
And
too.
the world, you have to, fib with your kids every now and then, but you can't lie to your grandchildren. One day, he's going to be old enough, he's going to take me by the hand, bring me to the window, point to the world outside and say, Pops, did you have something to do with this? And I'm going to have to say yes, and I'm sorry. That's
Yeah.
why in all the companies I've got worldwide, we don't use the R word. We cannot take ourselves out of the game. We have a world of our own creation that is not better than the one our parents handed us.
Yeah.
We are morally liable. We
Correct.
must do our very best to address and redress and to the best of our ability, bring the world back to a state that is reasonable. It doesn't have to be better, but it does have to be reasonable. And that means the security and sanctity of the human species, making sure that what we do is quite literally contexted completely with that in mind. There are right now, two House studies taking place in the States for that red dye that's used in ties and the coating of pills. Two, two House of Representatives studies taking place. How many studies are right now taking place at the House level for AI?
No idea. I would doubt anything. Yeah. Yeah.
One is existential in nature, and the other is, well, we're not sure it's safe. We know the one is, in fact, a threat to not health, but life.
I agree.
And
I agree. Yeah.
we're still waiting for somebody to stand up and say, okay, everything stops right now, and we must investigate. And no longer can things just be done because some team somewhere in some tech autocracy decides we're going to go ahead with it.
Yeah. I had heard that I don't remember which company it was that they said, well, we can't stop because if China doesn't stop, we can't stop. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So it's like, holy crap. But what?
this FOMO attitude is childish and churlish. It's what we had on
Dangerous.
playgrounds in grade school.
Yeah. Oh
Stop
my God. It's
with that.
exactly what it's like, right?
Man,
It's identical. Well, I almost feel as adults, sometimes you look in companies and the way people act, it's like we almost never grow up. I mean, we become parents and we try to teach our kids a little bit right and wrong, but at the same time, that mentality of high school or even primary school, and I would even go primary school is still there inside of us because it's exactly it. That's crazy. So
it
basically,
is.
when we look at nerds on site, I mean, you guys have your hands full, and companies seem to, exactly like small or large, they're not really paying attention to the threat. I mean, Deja, well, I shouldn't really put out names like that, but hey, listen, it happened. But at one point, what was it, in 2016 or 14 when they were hacked? That's a long time ago now. But there was a lot of information, and especially the police officers' informations were given out because it was the police bank was hit at that time.
Yes. Yeah.
And I mean, if you're looking at AI today, I mean, like you're saying, it's not like minutes or this or that. We're looking at seconds. So I mean, people should be giving you guys a call. Like, I guess some
Yes. Yes, they should.
companies
Now,
don't know what they're getting into
we
here.
we still get, 25 to 50 new requests for service every single day, which is great.
Yeah,
But what we deal with, especially at the SME, the mid SME space, a
yeah,
couple of hundred, 300 people, they believe the mantra of the major tech companies out there. No, 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 no. All we need to do is, we can fight it and eliminate it once it's inside. No problem. We have to let it inside. I mean, that's bottom
no, it's
line,
not. It's
their
not good
game.
anymore.
Right. And that, we have to help people see clearly. Just like you have locks on the doors in your home and your
Correct.
car. Of
Yes.
course you may trust people, but by God, you still lock your doors.
Hell yeah.
Lock your systems.
Yeah.
Do not prevent anyone getting in unless you give them express permission. It's as simple as that. You know what our secret sauce by patent is? You know what it's called?
No.
DTTS. The first advice a father or mother gives a child when they start to let them out in the world: don't talk to strangers.
So true.
That's our, that's literally
Yeah, it's
our
smart.
patented secret sauce inside our systems.
It's so smart. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
it's true.
just it's
We, I
basic.
guess, I guess most business owners today, when you look at the age groups and stuff like that, even the ones that are building most of all of these AIs and stuff. I mean, we're looking at Gen Xers, right? Am I wrong there?
No,
And
it's
Gen
major
Xers,
wave of the younger generations.
yeah,
Yes.
and when we look at that, even in Gen X, it's sort of like we came from the hold on, we went into the analog. We went from the analog to the digital systems. We're all part of that trend, even the baby boomers, and we sort of hit that transition system. Now, of course, the younger ones, you take an analog tape. I saw a thing I saw when my kids were growing up, they didn't know what cable was. Now cable is actually starting to come back a bit because they've learned, let's, um minimize the cost of all these channels. And then why would you want to pay Disney this, that? You're paying like $400 now because the apps are like $20 each. Whereas now
Yeah.
you can go on cable and it's like a hell of a lot cheaper. Plus the internet's, you're like, oh, okay, cable's coming back. But you show an analog tape to a kid, cassette, like, what is this? I don't know if we've just facilitated this because we transitioned and we had a trust because we are part of the older analog where people couldn't get in. Like, what I mean? I don't understand how that happened, but you're definitely onto something here. Huge about
Well,
not letting people in.
yeah, I mean, let's face it, most of the change, heavens to Betsy, the Wright brothers finally got something to last a little while, a couple of 100 feet in the air. And 60 years later, we got guys walking on the moon.
Yeah.
So we have incredible experience with the speed of enhancement, the speed of advancement.
That's true.
What we are not necessarily paying attention to is the rate of increase in that speed.
Yeah.
And now it's beyond a controllable level
Yeah.
where the human mind or collective of human minds are not in a position to stay on top of and,
Yeah.
check and balance as we go along.
Correct.
We're allowing algorithms
Yeah.
to do this on their
Oh,
own.
big time. Big
And
time.
what we have to, I believe firmly, wake up to is it should never be beyond the human control process.
So
We
how do you
still need to put check and balance in place.
so how are you looking at the next 5 years for growth? I mean, I think that uh,
I'm excited
I'll let you
because
have the
age
last word on
demographic,
that.
I'm a big believer in demographics driving quite a bit of the enterprise dynamic globally. I'm in operations in 94 countries, so it is not just here. It is everywhere. And age demographic is the most important of demographics.
Yeah.
So we have globally, we have, especially in the West, a huge wave of retirement-minded players looking to pass their stuff on to either their kids or, if they're not interested, to someone else. So the opportunity for us for M&A is huge.
Wow.
Just put another LOI out yesterday. So
Okay.
it's exciting times that way. And to be frank, right now, I mean, we've got nervomobiles like this behind me on the road all over the place, but
Love it.
a good chunk of the stuff that can be done remotely today is being done remotely. All of our managed services, we're no longer tied to regional. Because we have feet on the street everywhere, we can have central managed service control, managed security service. So we have MSSP, and we can deliver that anywhere around the world at the moment. So it's easy for us to identify targets for acquisition. And with we're focused on talent as well.
Of
So we're
course.
looking for people who are, hanging around for a couple of years, 3 years, because we don't want culture clash. We're focused on making certain that the trust dynamic is the number one held priority for all of our team members.
Well,
If
you
we don't have trust that's been built with our client and then fed by us
yeah.
so that our client experiences a deepening of that trust, then we're not really in enterprise dynamic at all. We're just in it for us. And that's not the name of our game, not by a long shot.
Well, definitely, you've already proven the 30 years already behind you. And I mean,
Touch
we
wood.
can very well see where your mindset is for the next 30 years ahead. and the growth has already been there, and you're definitely going to be growing way faster in the future. I mean, you could tell
That
just by
is
the
the plan.
conversation we've had here today.
That is the plan.
All right.
Yes.
Well, Charles, I really appreciate you taking time with me and with
Oh,
Between
my
Plays
pleasure.
Podcast. Oh, thank you so much for being on the show.
Great
And
conversation.
I hope you come back. I mean, and I'd love to have Sandeep Pansar have a conversation with you, because the in-depth technology in the communication sector, I'm sure you guys would be able to talk a storm and have a lot of these people and these investors that watch our show that are in the technology field, raise an eyebrow.
Well,
Thanks a
that's the
lot,
first
Charles.
step.
Yeah,
That's the
that's
first
right.
step.
That's the first step. Thank you, Charles. Have a great day.
Okay, you too, bud.
Okay,
Thank you.
bye.
Between Plays, it's the journey and what you do between where you are and where you want to be. Research, prepare, plan, and execute your strategy. Do your DD and stay strong in visualizing and achieving your goals. Our strategy is unique since 2020. An original concept imitated, never duplicated. Real conversations with media influencers, educational and expert speakers, analysts and consultants. Between Plays, bridging the gap between companies and investors.